Here are some tips for you to not gain weight during the festival season. A lot of us work hard all year long following diets and fastings, and suddenly in these 3 months it all gets undone. Here's what you can do well before the parties going into the season, 2 on the way to a party, 3 at a party, and 4 between the different occasions that we have. So here's the first one. The first one, we'll talk about what do you do in the week leading up to a sort of binge week that you're going to have. Let's say the Diwali week, which is going to be that 1 week of 6 or 7 continuous functions out. So the week before that, you have to do 3 things. First, make sure that you don't exercise too much. This is the number one mistake that people make. They join a gym, they start working out really heavy, thinking, if I have exercised, I deserve to eat. And this leads to 7 days of binging where you may or may not get a chance to work out. So the first thing you do is reduce your workout. It will not create unnecessary hunger. Second thing you should do is top up your micronutrients, B12, D3, calcium, iron. A lot of these get missed in the rich foods that we are going to eat. So make sure you have a little focus on nutrition, on your salads. Load up on these, even if it means taking a few tablets from your GP. The third thing you should do is ensure that you start skipping a few meals. So if you're not very hungry, just don't eat a few times. The only thing that will happen with this is your insulin and leptin levels will fall drastically. This will ensure that when you go into that season, you aren't going in with high levels of these hormones, which will completely collapse your diet. Now, this is what you do the week before. What are you going to do on the way to a party? Again, very simple. Always have some protein and salad from home. Whatever your choice of protein is, whether it's a protein shake or from food, always make sure you eat a mini meal before you leave from home. Sometimes we are stuck in traffic, may have difficulty in parking, whatever it is, eat a little bit, even if it's just a protein bar. Don't walk in blind and hungry into a party. Second, always have a fresh lime soda handy with you on the way to a party, along with a bottle of water. You should never be dehydrated and hungry walking into any party, because the only things there to satiate both are fried food and any choice of sugary drink. So my suggestion to you, on the way to a party, these 2 items are very necessary with you in the vehicle. Third, now what do you do at a party? This is where it gets really sort of trouble environment. The first thing you do is have a philosophy for dealing with such situations. For me, it's always been 2 out of 3. There's always starters, there's main course, and there's dessert. I've always had the starters and the dessert. Because in general, the main course is something we eat almost every day, if not 2-3 times a week anyway. We are already having different cuisines, so I don't feel the need to have an oilier, richer version of the same food when I go out. The same rice, the same dal, with just 3 times the oil in the tadka is not really necessary. It doesn't enhance my taste palette. I don't want to create that taste. So the simple thing you should do is have the starters, which are typically very tasty and almost always protein. You can avoid the deep fried carbohydrate snacks. It is possible. Again, the desserts, nobody eats a large volume of them after a certain age, so don't hesitate to take a piece or 2 of cake. Now this is what you do at the party. Again, keep drinking water every few minutes. Now I have a special request for my friends who are well over 100 kgs. I've seen you all at parties, and I understand that it's very difficult for you to not take your usual volume of food that you may be used to. It can be a little embarrassing. So here I request you that don't look for sugar drinks, because it's very tempting to have 4 or 5 Sprites or Cokes just to compensate the fact that you're not picking up that much food. This is not a good thing to do. It creates a lot of addiction, because the amount of dose we can get used to of these is not healthy. So all I'm saying is, if you're going to eat, don't hesitate to have the snacks and the main and the dessert. Look for letting go one thing. Take a lot of salad on your plate. It's not a problem. Again, it's an exercise in temptation management. That's what it is. Now, what should you do after the party? Again, the temptation is, let me run the next morning, go to a gym. The body is inflamed. Here's what you should do. Get good sleep first. After sleep, when you wake up, have your water, have your protein, nourish your body first, and then fast. The best thing to do after a binge is to not feed the body, not overtrain it. Okay, so I hope these 3 tips for you before, during and after are useful.